Hey guys, welcome to the Gritty Podcast. I'm Brian Call. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about walkaway power. I'm going to talk to you about letting the hunt come to you. I've been editing a lot of film over the past, 4 months of old footage, and I've been re-editing that and getting it put onto the new Gritty Films channel so all the movies can be located in one location, separating it from the podcast channel. And in the course of that, I've watched a lot of old video and I'm familiar with all the latest stuff. And, it's funny looking back at myself from 10 plus years ago in these films versus now. There's a stark contrast. I mean, I maybe you guys notice it as well, but I definitely see it. And I see that, back in the day, there are some things that really had me nervous, like grizzly bears lurking around. And today I'm so familiar and comfortable with being around grizzly bears in grizzly bear country, I sort of chuckle at myself. Not that there's not a risk with grizzly bears, there is, but it just doesn't worry me like it did years and years ago. Experience does that. The other thing I noticed is when I'm out in the mountains, observing my early self, I'm kind of surprised by how little patience I possessed. Like I really didn't have a lot of patience. I was eager to get the animal. I rushed into situations and I blew a lot of stocks. And it really stood out to me as I was thinking about it. And I don't know, I'm just going to tell you sort of my take on this and how I have evolved as a hunter. And I would like everyone watching this to sort of I'd like you to shorten your learning curve on this. They have invested financially in something that they're only going to do once. And almost by default, they lose walkaway power. They put themselves into this position of imminent failure almost. Now, a good guide will kind of help guys cope with that and hopefully get you so close and kind of help you get through that you capitalize despite your emotions. But having money on the line, a once in a lifetime hunt, an eagerness to succeed, a knowledge you won't be coming back most likely to ever do this again. This is your only shot. All those variables stack up to make it one of the most rewarding experiences if you succeed, and one of the most bitter and painful experiences if you don't. And one of the things that I think mentally needs to be done on hunts like that is the hunter needs to cultivate the willingness to just experience a hunt. What you bought was a hunt. What you bought was an adventure, not an animal for your wall. And if you can transition your mindset into saying, I'm here for whatever happens, and I'm going to execute the best that I can in this moment on this hunt, then you're going into this hunt with the willingness to come home without anything. Like truly adopt that attitude. I'm willing to go on this hunt and not get my goat and still be content. Like I'm as competitive as everybody else. But the one thing about nature and hunting is you can't force it. You can't make it be a thing. It just has to unfold. The greatest odds for you that it unfolds for you in the right way is that you have the willingness to walk away empty. And that makes you the most dangerous. It's like those guys where they say, the ones that aren't afraid to die are kind of the ones that are the most dangerous. The ones that are, or I should say not afraid, they're just okay with it. If it happens, they lived a good life. There's a contentment that they have where they're willing to go for it in a way that makes them really dangerous, opposed to those that are holding on too tight. Hey folks, pardon the interruption, but I've got to tell you about this new Tricer RP bipod for your rifle. This thing is incredible. It's going to take the market by storm. You're going to want one. Everyone will. It's like no other bipod on the market. It's been designed to do everything in one bipod, which is generally not what we have available to us on the market today. Use the code GRITTY over at Tricer and you will save. Whether you're shooting from a prone or sitting position, this bipod adapts seamlessly to every field environment. You're going to get rock solid stability when it matters most. This bipod includes everything for $2.99. You've got the long legs, the short legs, you got spikes, you got rubber feet, Arca Swiss, Picatinny compatible, plus a swivel stud to Picatinny adapter, giving you unmatched flexibility for any hunting scenario. Bottom line, this is the last bipod you'll ever need. use the code GRITTY over at Tricer.com. You'll get a discount and you'll get the last bipod you'll ever need. All right, let's get back to the show. It reminds me of whenever I think of that scenario, I think of Top Gun, you know, and you got Maverick and Goose, and right at the outset of the movie, we're talking about the real Top Gun, not the latest one, which is still good, but not the original. And the original, in that opening scene, they're Cougar and Merlin are in one jet, and you got Maverick and Goose in the other jet, and they see these MiGs, and they basically get into this. The MiG locks onto Cougar with his with his guns, and he knows he could get blown up at any second. Now it turns out the MiG is sort of just being an a-hole and threatening him a bit, but after that he just collapses and he can't fly back and land his plane on the carrier. He's freaking out, and Maverick ends up flying back and helping him kind of land his jet. And what they were basically insinuating there is like Cougar lost his edge because he was holding on too tight to his family, too tight to life, and all the things back home. He says, I've got a 2 or 3 year old daughter I've never even like seen or something, and so it's in that way. It's like when you're holding on, when you don't have walkaway power, you're not that dangerous. When you're not willing to say, look, I may or may not get it, that's okay, you become really dangerous. I have been around men like that on hunts. They're dangerous. They kill. And so cultivating that ability to say, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. I'm going to stick to what works. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to move in when it's right. I'm going to hold back when it's not. I'm going to be super aggressive and attack when the moment is there and I've committed to it. But I'm going to hunt best I can, not to failure, but to the edge, and then be able to back out and kill the next day if it doesn't work out. Like don't mistake being patient with not being deadly. Or being patient with, like some people might hear this and be overly patient and never attack. That's not the goal here. The goal is to have enough walkaway power to say, I can let the animal go because I don't like this shot angle. I don't like that there's a bush right in front of its vitals right now. I'm going to wait a minute till it walks a little bit clearer of that. Knowing in your mind, it might not. It might just turn and go the other way. And it's like, maybe it does. But 2 hours later, it steps out free and clear. Like it's kind of analyzing the opportunity that you have or you think you have that you think is good and being honest with yourself going, yeah, it's really not that great. It's actually pretty crappy. And being able to say, I'm a killer. I'm going to wait and I'll strike when I know for sure it's dead. I'm going to get him. So I hope you find this discussion useful. I wish I could put that in a bottle and give it to people so that you don't have to see them suffer. For how many guys have shot and been like, I wish I could take that shot back again. I just wish I could have it all back again. At the last second, I just yanked the trigger or I just pulled the bow back, being able to get in a position where you don't regret moving too fast or being too eager. It's a really fulfilling place to be. And it repeats itself, even for someone like me with more experience, having been blessed to get to do what I do. When I was on the boulder last year and I was chasing for the movie The Struggle, and I was chasing a big mature bull with my bow, I was watching bulls walk away that were 350, 340, 6x6s. And I ended up shooting a 350 plus inch, 4-inch, 5x5 bull out. It was incredible. It was epic. But I kept waiting and being patient and passing on opportunities, waiting for that one to come through. And when I killed that bull, there was a certainty of where I'm like, the patience paid off. Waiting paid off. I ended up getting into a position where that bull was fighting another bull and I could walk up and at my leisure put an arrow in it while he was completely distracted. One of the most epic encounters of my life. And so I wouldn't have had that opportunity had I shot a different bull that wasn't really my ideal, 5, 6, 7 days earlier, which I had opportunities on. And I had to come home with a nice bull, but I wouldn't have had that experience. And so walkaway power is a powerful thing. Being content to let opportunities that maybe aren't as good as you think they are leave in favor of something better. And that's business and life as well. It's like this idea of not settling. Don't settle for a mediocre shot when you could get a great one. Don't settle for a shot you 50-50 probably won't make. Anyway, I'm beating a dead horse. Thank you guys for tuning in. I drew some great tags. I got a mountain goat. archery mountain goat tag for this fall, and I got a great deer tag. These are August, September hunts. I'm going to be gone a lot, focused on those 2 hunts. I'm going to really dive in to archery. Archery's tough. I'm going to really try to soak in those hunts. While I'm away, I have pre-recorded 26 episodes about Daniel Boone, and we're calling this the Dueling Pistols Show. I'm going to put those shows on this channel sometime around August, early to mid-August, and I'm going to run all 26 of those shows here. You won't be getting normal gritty content on this channel during that time because I'm going to be off slaying animals with my bow, hopefully, and recording and filming those 2 great adventures. And so give it a chance. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Dueling Pistols, Daniel Boone series, 26 episodes right here on the Gritty channel. Download them, listen to them on your hunt, check them out throughout August and September. I think you're going to really enjoy them, and we're going to try to blitz them out there, and then get back to our regular scheduled podcast programming when I get back. So, and also, if you want to sign up for our email list, go to staygritty.com. Check out our new website. We're putting new content there all the time, new links. You can also check out the Gritty Hideout. We're doing live streams once a week over on the Gritty Hideout. This is a private, exclusive group that has joined the Hideout, and we do streams, we do giveaways on those streams. We have some films over there that are exclusive, early release films over there. In fact, I have a great film over there called Of Bears and Men. And if you become an annual supporter, you can be entered to win a brand new prime bow. It's just cool. So check out the Gritty Hideout. Go to staygritty.com. Check it out. It's like $10 a month, $100 for the year. But if you become an annual supporter, there's all kinds of benefits that'll come. We're going to put mostly every film is going to be early released over there, sometimes months ahead of the normal release on our YouTube channel. So if you want to be part of that, head over there and sign up. We'd love to see you on the streams. And we appreciate all your support. Thanks for supporting us. And as always, stay gritty.